What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. Black men, I really want to talk about something that is important to me, as it should be important to you, okay? And what do I mean when I say this? What I mean when I'm talking about this? It means that when it comes to black men, a lot of us have been lied to. Now, there are two type of lies, and I'm sorry about what the intent. A lie that is malicious, right? And a lie is just not the truth in layman's terms, but malicious means with some kind of intent to harm. On purpose, venomous, predestined. Okay, malevolent. Like, I know that I'm lying on purpose to get you set up for something that's malicious. But if a person lies to you and they thought they were telling the truth, like, hey man, these new shoes come out on the 22nd. That's what I heard. It's a fact. No, they come out on the 24th. Well, that person didn't mean to lie. They lied, but they thought they're telling the truth. And what am I talking about today? A lot of black men have been lied to by their parents. And I'm not talking about, well, my mama lied and, told me that my daddy wasn't shit or something like that. Or my daddy lied and said he loved me. He didn't come back home. For this conversation, it applies to both black men and black women, black fathers and black mothers. Both of them equally have played a part in this. Okay. The biggest lie that black parents have taught black men, and to a certain extent, black women, is that the people in your community, for the most part, you need to run from. Get out of here. You from Youngstown, Ohio? Get out of here. You from St. Louis, East St. Louis, Illinois, St. Louis, Missouri? Get out of here. East Cleveland? Get out of here. North Philly? Get out of here. You don't need to stay. There's nothing here for you. Go to corporate America. Go get a college diploma, which is nothing wrong with that. Do that, work for the white people, and from there, come back and get a job, buy a house, work 30 years, die. Okay? And that you can't really work with your people. This is what we've been taught. You can't work with your people. Don't worry about trying to work with them. It's something you can't do. So you can't do it. You can't not work with your people at all. It's just not gonna happen. So many black men have decided to do that. Me too. I've done the same thing. My mother told me get out of Del Paso Heights, and I did that. And then I was working for companies. A lot of times I was getting fired, and I don't believe not fired. I got fired one time. The last time I got fired, but the company I was working for, I was too talented for them. And when it was about starting something in the black community, or black community based, where we have billions of dollars in the economy, it was always a negative connotation for me not to do that. So I went to go work with other people who paid me less money. And then at the same time, I saw all these other groups coming in too. Like Jimmy's and anybody from Del Paso Heights in Sacramento. Jimmy's was owned by a black man, and I came out, saw the Asian people coming in and buy the soul food restaurant. And I was thinking, wait a minute, my mom is telling me to get out of here and leave these niggas alone, but other folk are coming here every day. In New York City, you see Dominicans are setting up barbershops now. You see Arab-owned liquor stores. Shout out to David Carroll. We've always seen this. Other groups are coming in, but we're telling our men to get out of there. So then when you go to other places, they can be able to say, well, we can't hire you because you have this record on you, you're a felony, or, we don't want to give you a job because your name is Quantavious or Walmart Tavius or whatever it is. then because you've ran from your own people, you can't establish an economy. You don't see the value in other black people, especially the men, because I mean, when you look at building businesses and communities, I mean, women, they do that pretty good for themselves. And I'm talking about things like makeup and hair and things like that. They're pretty good at that. But the stuff that, you know, that solves problems for communities, men are usually the people that do that everywhere, right? In the world. Women help, but men do that. And once you get black men to believe that they can't work with their own men to do anything, then you can't get no wealth, right? You can't create no economies. Men are economy creators. Men create markets. When you turn black men into guys that don't want to create markets anymore, and you dupe them to believe that they should always go to other people and get other people's money, you dupe them to believe don't work with Africa. And I'm gonna talk about that. You do that, then you leave these individuals powerless and begging, and then they can't support and provide. And then, you know, the women will disrespect them, and then the men are mad because women are disrespecting them, and we don't really understand at the most empirical level. But it comes from the brainwashing of black parents. And one of the things that we need to do as African American fathers and mothers, stop telling black people that you can't work with them. No, we can be honest and say some of our people we can't work with. But we gotta stop downing our people to our kids, because then they feel like they can't work with nobody, so they don't. This is the problem that we have. So then we have our kids who are talented. They go somewhere else trying to work for white folk. They won't get compensated. These are people who can create for us. These are people who can build the stuff. You know, these are people who can build the forums. And I'm talking about that in the manosphere because I'm one of the guys that helped establish the forum. That now you see black men coming in making $1 million a year off of, because I felt like, hey, listen, Obsidian is right with this. We can create our opportunities for ourselves. We don't need to go to the white manosphere and beg them to get on their stuff. We can do it ourselves. So why are we not doing it? We don't need to be feeling sorry for ourselves. Let's go in here and create the economy. Let's connect our black men. And so many black men were out there looking for that. And so many black men were out there just waiting for this to happen, that once we got it up and running, guys were trying to, you know, contribute in droves. Coach Ali's of the world, you know, now you have the lead attorney, Dennis Sperling. Guys were just waiting. Professional black men. They were waiting to get involved to be able to say, you know what? We want to be able to come in and say what we got to say. We've been looking for some black men that are on the same vibe as us. A lot of black men are on the same vibe, but the thing about it is that, you know, they have been taught that, and we kind of felt that it wasn't true. But, you know, and we have a few experiences, one or two bad experiences that mama told us about what was going to happen, and then we believe all that's true. We got to stop hating on our men so much as a group of brothers. Just because you had one bad experience with black men, that don't mean all of them are bad. I mean, look at me. I make a ton of money. I don't even ask y'all to give me no money. Okay? And if I did, I'm confident I can get it. Not bragging, but y'all niggas is good to me. But I've created a way for myself that no person could ever give me just by talking with our people, talking about our issues, and building up trying to build with the brothers over here. I support myself while I'm in school from my people. And every black man should be able to experience that. You have to stop having animosity for your own people. I tell black men all the time, when you see each other in the street, you don't know who this guy is, what he know. You know, there are brothers out there that do sneaker reselling, you know, making millions of dollars. You don't know. You going around, you know, being rude to a brother and mean mugging him. That guy's a millionaire. You didn't know that. He might not even be dressed apart, but you don't know. You can get so much information and gain from other black men by just having a different frame of mind. And I start looking at black men as an adversary, as an enemy. To start looking at him as, man, this is a brother I'm gonna have to depend on one day. So when I look at black men now, I look at black men as my to be dependable on. a certain level of dependability on them. I look at our men like that. I look at our people like that. And we have to start looking at our fellow brothers and our fellow African-American men in our community as guys who create for us. As much as I want to say, you know, I help other brothers help me. So why am I looking at you as you ain't about shit? Then when the black women come out and say black men ain't shit, they don't want to build no communities, then I'm like, oh, it's not true. But then when you say, do you want to work with other black men? Hell no, them niggas is lazy, them niggas. Okay, so when you start saying that, and now don't get me wrong, we do have some lazy brothers out here. That's true to a certain degree, but it ain't true for most of us. Most black men work every day, are performing on their job, been working their job for many years. So why don't I want to talk to our people? And that's when you can start creating relationships, start creating wealth. Because if I was the kind of black man that was thinking, but I can't work with these guys, I'd be over in the white manosphere sitting on the bench. But I'm not going to let them. I'm going to write my own ticket with my people because I know I can get the support of our people. And I'd rather be judged by you than be judged by them. So I don't have to talk about, I can, that's the thing. We have to start to understand that our parents have lied to us. Our communities have lied to us because they just didn't know what they were talking about. I talked to my mom the other day. I said, you just didn't know what you're talking about. You were wrong about a lot of stuff you was telling me. But she did it. My daddy did it, you know. They were trying to, you know, be cool and, you know, they were trying to, you know, do the right thing, but they just didn't know. Because they was told the same thing. We gotta start believing in one's people. We gotta start putting our men first and let our men be able to compete on the same level as the white man, as the Asian man. We gotta prop our guys up so that they can compete. Put our brothers up there against everybody else. Give them the same, and only we can prop them up. So give your guys the opportunity to go out there and compete against everybody else. Then when you do that, then you can have more things. But you got to change your mind. I'm going to tell you right now, brothers, listen, the money's already there. The money for black men is there. We ain't got to even have no conversation. There's too much money out there for us. We ain't got to worry about it. But we can never do nothing unless we change our mind about each other. If black men cannot change their mind, we can't do nothing. Well, guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. Check out the first comment pinned to the top. Check out the Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out. Oh, check out the Patreon. Peace out.